Proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, or PNF, is a treatment technique that combines functional movement with neuromuscular facilitation in order to elicit a motor response. The purpose of this video is to review PNF and to explain its uses in the orthopedic setting. So first we'll go over upper extremity D1. I'll show it actively and then I'll break down its components joint by joint. Here's D1 extension, and then here's D1 flexion. So D1 extension, let's start at the shoulder. It's shoulder abduction, external rotation, and extension. Elbow extension, wrist extension, finger extension, thumb abduction, and wrist ulnar deviation. So we close and we turn and we come up. I'll go ahead and show you here. So it is shoulder flexion, shoulder internal rotation, shoulder adduction, elbow flexion, wrist radial deviation, and thumb opposition and finger flexion. So now let's go over D2 actively. I'll show it first and then I'll break it down. So we're going to start with D2 extension to D2 flexion. So D2 extension consists of shoulder adduction, shoulder internal rotation, and shoulder extension. Elbow flexion, wrist ulnar deviation, finger flexion, and thumb opposition. When we come up into flexion, we have shoulder abduction, external rotation, and flexion. We're going to have elbow extension, wrist extension, thumb abduction, and finger extension. Okay, so first I'm going to go over how to do resisted PNF in the D1 pattern. So I've already told the patient how to do it actively, and now I'm going to go ahead and review how to do it resisted. So what I'm going to have you do is we start on that D1 pattern where we had our hand out extended. I'm going to take my hand, my left hand is going to cup her bicep, my right hand is going to grab her fist. And I'm going to cue her to do certain movements throughout this end. So I want you to go and close your fist, turn it this way, and come up and across. I'm resisting her that whole time. Now once I'm here, I'm going to put my left hand on the ulnar side of her wrist, and then my right hand is going to go beneath her olecranon process. Now I'm going to have you turn your wrist, open your hand, turn your wrist this way, push down and out. I'm going to come down and resist there. So that is just something to review how we can resist PNF. Now I want to also discuss how we can use muscle spindles to our benefit. So muscle spindles are in the muscle belly, and essentially when we stimulate it by stimulating a stretch of the muscle, we are going to help get a better contraction. And I'll go ahead and demonstrate how we do that now. So I'm going to start from the beginning, close your fist, turn, come up, and as I switch my hands, open your hand, I'm going to do a quick stretch, push down. Quick stretch, push down and out. And so that gave me a stronger contraction because I stimulated that muscle spindle. So now I'm going to go over resisted PNF of the D2 pattern. Once again, I have shown her the pattern and she knows it. So I'm going to start here. My left hand is going to be on the ulnar aspect of her hand. My right hand is going to be under or above her olecranon process. So I want you to open your hand, turn, and come up. And I'm resisting that radial deviation here. I'm going to switch my hand, close your fist, and come down and across. Now one more time, turn your hand, come up and out, switch, close, and come down and across. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over how we can use the contract relax technique that utilizes the Golgi tendon organs and the tendons junction of our muscle to help with range of motion or a tight shoulder. So let's just say Ariel is stuck here and she can't get further here because she has tight extensors and I want to get her into more flexion. I can go ahead and use PNF in combination with the contract relax technique to improve that. So what I'm going to do is I've already showed her the D2 pattern here. So Ariel, what I'm going to have you do is you're going to actively try to come here. I'm not going to let you do that. So I want you to go ahead and turn your wrist and pull down. And I'm going to turn with her, and I'm going to hold this for 10 seconds. It's going to be a maximal contraction. It's going to be very hard for her. And relax. And she's going to be able to get more range of motion. The reason why that's happening is because the Golgi tendon organ follows the rule of maximum contraction allows maximum relaxation. Now that we've reviewed how to use PNF, I want to talk about its specific value in the orthopedic setting, as it is typically used in the neurological setting. So PNF, as I've described, has a really great technique called contract relax, and research has shown over and over again that this is really helpful in improving range of motion. One specific study that I looked at showed how it improved range of motion in patients with adhesive capsulitis. Additionally, I looked at a randomized control study that compared the uses of PNF in combination with soft tissue massage, and then the control group, they used just ultrasound, and the intervention group with the soft tissue massage and PNF had a significant reduction in pain in those with shoulder impingement or rotator cuff tear. Now, I hope that this video has inspired you to use PNF a little bit more in your practice and has helped you show its uses that's backed by literature in the orthopedic setting. Thank you.